Hello students, myself Prajakta Patsurkar, working as an assistant professor in Department of Microbiology, KTGM College, Nasik. Today we are going to discuss about the kinetics of bacterial growth from the chapter Microbial Growth of FYBSc course MB 122 Microbial Cultivation and Growth. The learning objectives of this lecture is to understand the kinetics of bacterial growth. That is, we are going to discuss logistic growth model. Now the batch culture. So batch culture is a culture where limited amount of nutrients are present. And second type of the culture which was frequently used in the microbiology is a continuous culture. In case of the continuous culture, as its name indicates, there is a continuous addition of nutrients. So in this case, to study the kinetics, we are going to study the kinetics in related with the batch culture. So batch culture, it is a closed culture system and it contains limited amounts of nutrients. So when we inoculate a culture of microorganism within this batch culture, it will pass through a number of phases. So after the inoculation or the addition of microorganism within this batch culture, then during the first period, you will find that no growth of the organism will take place, and this period will be referred as lag phase. So why this lag phase is there? This phase will be considered as time of adaptation. As microorganisms come in contact with the new nutrients, they have to adapt to the new environmental condition and as well as nutrient requirement which was provided by that culture, and therefore for the adaptation they will take some time, and this phase is known as the lag phase. Now when the on the commercial level, when the antibiotic, for example, is the fermentation industries or where large amount of antibiotics are synthesized. So at the commercial level, they industrialists, they try to reduce this lag phase. Now after the lag phase, the next period where the growth of organism will gradually increases. So after the adaptation to that particular environment, the cells grow at constant maximum rate, and this period is known as the log or exponential phase. The exponential phase may be described by the equation dx upon dt is equal to nu x. Now, x is the concentration of microbial biomass, t is time in hours, and nu is specific growth rate in hours. Now, when we integrate the first equation, we'll get xt is equal to x0 e raised to nu t. X0 is the original biomass concentration. Xt is the biomass concentration after the time interval t, and E is the base of natural logarithm. So if we take the natural logarithm of equation 2, then it will become log of xt is equal to log of x0 plus nu t. So we can also plot natural logarithm of biomass concentration against time. And if we plot this graph, then we will get a straight line and the slope is equal to nu. Now, what happened during the exponential phase? Now the organisms have adapted to all the conditions. So they start to utilize the nutrients and they will grow at a faster rate, and therefore the organisms maximum specific growth rate which was attained in the logarithmic phase is nu max. Now in case of the exponential growth, you can easily visualize that how the replication of this organism will be carried out by the binary fission process. So you can see a large number of organisms in the form of turbidity within that culture media. Now, just like the unicellular organisms like the bacteria, animals and the plant cell, if you inoculate them into the suspension culture, then they will also behave in a similar way to that of the unicellular microorganisms. In case of the fungus, if you want to study the kinetics of fungal growth, then it is very difficult to study the kinetics because of the mycelium which was formed by the fungus, and this mycelium will also grow the exponentially when we have added it into the culture media. Now the filamentous fungus growth kinetics can also be studied, and this was firstly described by the scientist Plumley in 1959. Now fungus, they also replicate at a constant rate and they are composed of hyphae and the short length of supporting hyphae, and that unit or that structure is known as the growth unit. Now Trincy, the second scientist in 1974, they demonstrated that the hyperlength of the mycelium and the number of tips which are they are increases at the same rate. So, if the volume of hypergrowth it exceeds a critical volume, a new branch and new growing point is initiated in case of the fungus culture. And this will be equivalent to a bacterial culture. If we have inoculated single cell, then this single cell, when it enters the logarithmic phase, it will reaches a critical volume or the number. So in case of the fungus, the rate of increase in hyphal mass, total length and number of T's are indicated by specific growth rate, which was denoted by equation dx upon dt is equal to nu x. dH upon dt is equal to nu h and dA upon dt is equal to nu a, where h is the hyphal length and a is the number of growing. In case of the submerged culture, the mycelium organism, they can be grown as the dispersed hyperfragments that can also be known as the pellets. Now, in this case, the growth of the pellet will be exponential. That is, they try to absorb all the nutrients which are present within that culture media. But as it is a batch culture, so there will be a limitation of the nutrients, and once they will not receive a supply of nutrients, or in addition to that some of the toxic products, they also start to accumulate within that culture medium, and therefore it affect the growth rate of the pellets. So the growth of the pellets was described by the Pert in 1975 as by equation m raised to 1 by 3 is equal to kt plus m0 1 by 3, where m0 and m are the mycelium mass which was found at time 0 and t hours respectively. So if you plot a graph of a cube root of mycelium mass against the time. Then in this case also we'll get the straight line, but in this case the slope is equal to the k. So it's possible for the new palette to be generated by the fragmentation process of the old pellets and the behavior of palatal culture. It can be intermediate between the exponential and the root growth. If the organism is unicellular or it may be a mycelium, the equation for the growth will continue and growth will result in the consumption of nutrients which are present within that culture media as well as excretion of the product, and all these factors they will influence the growth of microorganisms. Now after the certain time, as organisms has utilized all the nutrients which are present within that culture media, the growth rate of the culture will decreases until growth ceases. So the cessation of the growth, it may be due to the depletion of essential nutrients which are present within that media. In addition to that, accumulation of some toxic products of organism within the medium, or the combination of two. These are the two factors which will affect the growth rate of microorganism. So the limitation of the growth can be explored by the growing the organism in the presence range of substrate concentration, and we can also plot a graph of mass concentration at the stationary phase against the initial substrate concentration. Now this graph will indicate the effect of initial substrate concentration on the biomass concentration at the onset of stationary phase in batch culture. So zone A to B, we can refer it as a lag phase, as during this phase you will not see any increase in the concentration of biomass as organisms are adapting to the new cultural condition. They have to synthesize all the enzymes which are required for the processing of the particular nutrients which are present within that culture vessel. Now so during A to B zone, biomass concentration will be equals to the 0. Now after this, the organism will enter the next phase of the growth curve, which was indicated by B to C phase or the zone. Now in this case, you can see there will be sudden increase in the biomass concentration as organisms have adapted to the cultural conditions. So they have utilized all the nutrients which are present within that culture vessel. Now, in addition to as the metabolic rate is increases, there will be accumulation of large number of toxic waste products, and that will also affect the growth rate of that organism. So at the end, you will see they will enter the next phase of the cell cycle, that is the C2D. Now, in this case of the C2D, you will not find there will be any proportionate increase in the biomass concentration as organisms has utilized all nutrients, maximum nutrients which are present within that culture vessels. So because of the exhaustion of the substrate or the nutrient, in addition to that, large number of toxic products are also accumulated within that culture vessel. So that will also affect the growth rate of microorganisms. So zone A to B, there will be increase in the initial substrate concentration, which gives a proportional increase in the biomass. Now, this situation can be described by using the equation x is equal to y into bracket SR minus S, where x is the concentration of the biomass which was produced, y is the yield factor, that is the biomass which was produced as the substrates are consumed, SR is the initial substrate concentration, and S is the residual substrate concentration. Now, the yield factor, which was denoted by the symbol Y, is the it can be measured as the ability of that organism to convert any substrate into the mass. And this factor can be used to predict the substrate concentration which is required to produce a certain biomass concentration. So Y is not a constant factor because it can be used to measure the efficiency of that organism to convert one substrate into biomass. So it will be vary according to the growth rate of that organism, then pH, temperature, limiting substrate concentration, and the concentration of the substrate which are present in the excess. All these factor will affect the yield factor. So if there is a decrease in the growth rate or the cessation of the growth because of the depletion of the substrate, now this can be described by the equation nu and the residual growth limiting substrate. So nu is equal to nu max S divided by Ks plus S, where S is the residual substrate concentration and K is the substrate utilization constant. Now this one is numerically equal to the substrate concentration. So nu is half nu max and it can be measured as the affinity of the organism for its substrate. Now this will be the second graph that will show the effect of residual limiting substrate concentration on the specific growth rate of the microorganism. So in this case also the zone A and B, you can see they are equivalent to the exponential phase as substrate concentration is in excess, and you can see the maximum growth of the organism will be carried out, and that one is denoted by symbol nu max. Now again you will found C to A zone. So this zone will be equal to the declaration phase of the batch culture. Now growth rate of the organism will be fell down because of the depletion of the nutrients as well as, so it will not support the maximum growth of the microorganism, and therefore it was, you will see the slope or the graph will fall down. Now, if the organism it has a very high affinity for the limiting substrate, then the growth rate will not be affected until the substrate concentration will be decreases to very low level. And therefore, in this case, the declaration phase will be short. But if the organism is having very low affinity for the substrate, then it will affect the growth rate of that organism. So the declaration phase for the such a culture will be relatively long. So biomass concentration at the end of the exponential phase will be highest, and there will be decline in the substrate concentration. So this is the time during which the substrate concentration is close to affinity of the organism for its substrate. Now, in case of the stationary phase, when the organism after the log phase, they will enter the stationary phase, it is the point where growth rate has declined to the zero. So, the scientist Bull in 1974, he pointed out that the stationary phase is a misnomer term. But we can say, although there is a decline in the number of organisms, but population is still metabolically active. That is, during this phase, during the stationary phase, the organisms, they may produce many products which we call as the secondary metabolites. Now, secondary metabolites are those metabolites which are not required by the organisms for their growth to be carried out. So, during the stationary phase, the secondary metabolites which are synthesized, these are the products which are not produced during the exponential phase. Because during the exponential phase, organisms produce the primary growth or the primary metabolites. Primary metabolites are those which are required for the growth of that organism to be take place. So, Bull suggested that stationary phase can also be termed as the maximum population phase. These are the references. So for this, you can refer a textbook on microbial cultivation and the growth published by Success Publication, and authors are Dr. Sunita H. Patil, Dr. Sucheta N. Patil and Prajakta Patsurkar. Thank you.